The constant demand for remakes and reimaginings is largely nostalgia talking. And nostalgia is powerful, but it's also massively problematic. I really think people need to become more comfortable with finality, with letting things exist as they were and appreciating them in that form in that time. Because when we keep demanding the past be endlessly reworked, companies learn they don't actually have to put in that much effort. Nostalgia is doing all the heavy lifting for them, which means half-assed efforts as they rely solely on the nostalgia to reel viewers in. And in a world where Final Fantasy VIII Remake was actually being made, it would likely have to be episodic in the same vein as Final Fantasy VII. But by the time Final Fantasy VIII Remake Part 2 rolls around, as was the case with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the nostalgia doesn't work nearly as well the second time around, and that is something that sinks sales and sinks a franchise. And given how divisive Final Fantasy VIII already is, it might not hold water nearly as well as Final Fantasy VII Remake did. Even if Final Fantasy VIII were remade without touching the story, no multiverse, no timeline nonsense like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it still wouldn't be the same. That signature look, that atmosphere, that mood would be gone. Modern graphics might make it impressive, and yes, I truly would love to see that, but impressive isn't the same as meaningful. A game is not just its plot points, it's the way it exists. And Final Fantasy VIII's identity is inseparable from its original presentation. And as much as Final Fantasy VII Remake looks great, the fandom is torn, because that original look and aesthetic is gone. It is not the same.